Hey guys, it's Jake here with Etrailer. Today we have a 2023 Honda Pilot, and we're going to be taking a look at it, and I'm going to show you how to install the Etrailer Class 3 2-inch hitch receiver. Adding a 2-inch hitch receiver to the back end of your Honda Pilot is going to allow you to carry cargo carriers, bike racks, and maybe even a ball mount to be able to pull a small trailer. The owner of this vehicle here is planning on using it for a bike rack right off the bat, but in the future they plan on buying a camper. So this will allow them to safely tow their camper behind their Honda Pilot. Being that this is a 2-inch by 2-inch hitch receiver, you are going to have the most flexible options for accessories for this receiver hitch. We have bike racks, cargo carriers on our website, ball mounts, pretty much anything that will fit your 2-inch hitch receiver. There's just many more options than if it were to be a 1.25 by 1.25 hitch receiver. There's not currently one available for the Honda Pilot, but there may be in the future. But definitely with the 2-inch, you're not going to have any problems finding accessories. And with that hitch receiver, you're going to have a 900-pound gross tongue weight capacity. That is the downward pressure on the inside of the receiver tube, or the tongue weight from a trailer or an accessory on the back. It's going to have a max gross trailer weight capacity of 6,000 pounds. Now, if you want to use it to pull a camper like our neighbor here is going to end up doing, that weight capacity will increase to 8,000 pounds gross trailer weight if you plan on using weight distribution. The tongue weight capacity, however, will stay at that 900 pounds. This trailer hitch receiver is going to come with a matte black carbide powder coat finish, which is a very, very tough paint job. It should last you for a very long time to help resist against rust and corrosion. It'll come with safety chain loops. They will be loop style instead of square style. It'll fit many different size safety chains so that you can get your trailer safely hooked up to your hitch. In order to secure those accessories or a ball mount, you'll need a 5/8" hitch pin. The hitch pin and clip does not come with the hitch, but chances are if you buy an accessory from our website, it's going to come with one. Now we'll give you some measurements so you know what you're getting. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the outermost part of our bumper, it's going to be about 3.5 inches. That's a good measurement to keep in mind when looking into accessories. You'll want to be able to fold those accessories up to the back of the vehicle, and if you watch some of our demo videos, you'll be able to see that, especially if they're test fitting it on the Honda Pilot. They'll give you the closest part of the accessory to the hitch pin hole measurement on the accessory, and you can use that 3.5 inches to see if the accessory will fold up to the back of your car before you make a purchase. From the ground to the top inside of the receiver tube, it's going to be about 14.5 inches. So that's important to keep in mind if you have a cargo carrier or a bike rack that you're wanting to use with your vehicle, or if you're looking for a rise or drop ball for towing a trailer. Use that measurement in case of bottoming out is essentially what you want to use it for. I would definitely look for an accessory that has at least a 2-inch rise in the shank. Usually our cutoff number is about 12 that you want to start looking for a rise in the shank, but with this being 14.5, you don't have to look for one that's a crazy rise. Just look for something with about a 2-inch rise. Now when it comes to the installation, this is a very, very simple installation. The only things you're going to have to do is lower the spare tire temporarily, lift the hitch up into place, and then thread the 6 bolts into the weld nuts in the bottom of the frame rails. It's very, very simple. We got ours done in about 15-20 minutes between lowering the spare tire and mounting it up in place. You want to be sure that you have a torque wrench so that you can torque down the hardware to the specifications. If you don't have one, we've got them on our website, or you can check with your local auto parts store to see if you can rent one. But with that being said, let's go ahead and pull it in the shop and show you how we did it. To begin our installation, we'll need to be in the rear hatch of our vehicle. We'll open up this storage compartment here, set that panel up to the side, and then down here you'll have a little panel that you can take a screwdriver or just use your hands, pop that up. Then we'll need to pop this plug up, and we're going to have to lower the spare tire, and that's how you do that. We're going to have the tools that we need to access to get to our spare tire. The bottom of this wrench here will slide directly over this joint, and then we'll just start lowering it. The next step in our process is we're going to clean out our 3 weld nuts. If they are rusted enough, you may have to end up retapping them. So just something to keep in mind when you're getting started, because it becomes a nightmare if you go to thread in your bolts into these and they're rusted, then your threads will get all messed up. It's not any fun. So definitely clean them out and make sure that your hardware threads in cleanly by hand before you even lift the hitch up. And we're just using some penetrating oil in order to do this. Now with an extra set of hands, we can lift our hitch up into place and get one bolt started on each side. We're going to be using a conical tooth washer with our bolt to hold it up in place. And we'll repeat that same process with the remaining 4 holes. We can go ahead and snug up our hardware and then torque it down to the specifications and the instructions. Now we'll grab our torque wrench. If you don't have one, we have some available on our website, or you can go to a local auto parts store and typically you can rent them from them. Well guys, hopefully this video helped you decide whether or not the Etrailer Class 3 2-inch hitch receiver is right for you and your 2023 Honda Pilot.